Hello everyone, Dan the 14th Prime here. Today I want to check out with you the Hot Toys Movie Masterpiece Series 343 6 scale Kal-El. This is Batman vs. Superman figure. You can see the front of the box, cool two-tone red and blue Superman logo. And you got there some kind of in the S pictures of Henry Cavil as Superman, as well as the BVS logo there at the bottom middle of the box. You have the side of the box, nothing special. I will say it's shoebox style, but you can see there's an edge to the red line there, which gives it a little bit of extra effect. And you spin around the back, it's just the BVS Dawn of Justice logo and all your different product declarations, warnings, etc. And top of the box here, you again have the BVS logo. Then finally for the packaging, you take off the shoebox cover and you have this kind of plastic insert in between there, just red grayscale tone print thing, Superman, MMS 343 6 scale collectible figure. So let's pop this guy out of the box and check him out. And here he is out of the box. What you see is basically what you get. Obviously not a lot to Superman in terms of accessories. You get the stand, which we'll take a closer look at, the figure there, and he comes with a few extra sets of hands. I will say this is just the regular edition. I don't have the Sideshow exclusive, which came with a kind of piece of glowing light up LED kryptonite. I recently just abandoned my wait list, which I've been holding since March, for the 2-pack of Batman and Superman to get kind of all the extras, including the tech cowl, because I had been waiting since March, so I canceled that, went ahead and bought the regular Superman. Already missed the exclusive of him, didn't want to miss the exclusive of Batman, so purchased them each separately, which makes me a little bit late to the Superman party. So here he is out of the box, and I'll kind of spin him around and let you check him out from a wide angle. Super nice. I mean, really great looking suit, nice dark blue. Head sculpt is money. We'll take a closer look at that. Big bulky kind of Superman. So really, really cool figure. Big flowing cape. I think overall, really happy with just a good basic figure here. Absent, of course, a lot of accessories, which you're not going to get with a Superman. But for what you do get with the figure and the head sculpt, very nice. So let's go in closer, and really this right here is why you're really going to be happy with the figure when you look at that head sculpt. Just really great. And they faded it really in nicely to the neck even. So you can see he's got good texture and kind of painting on his neck, and just connects really naturally with the head. And the likeness to Henry Cavil is outstanding. And it's just a great, really good head sculpt. So I'll just kind of give him a little bit of a rotation here. You can check it out. I mean, just really nice job with the hair, even the ears, kind of looking in through his ear tunnel. They have all that detail going on, which is crazy. Got a very light kind of shadow. You know, kind of beard shadow, really light, but it's there. Great expression. Some wrinkles on the eyes and forehead there. I think the hair looks really good. It's just a really nice head sculpt. And I'll just let you look all the way around, just how they kind of texture in that hair. All the way across the back, just super nice. So really pleased with the head sculpt. I mean, it's really what separates this figure, I think, from prior versions of Superman, including the pretty recent Man of Steel figure. So let's go ahead and take a pan down the figure. I mean, again, it looks really nice there. You see from the shoulders, you got the cape attaching in the front. Looks good. Kind of flow back with kind of layering, or whatever you'd like to call it, folding across the top of the cape. Looks really nice. The suit's awesome. It's got that kind of really textured blue, really dark blue. I mean, they nailed that. The S there on the chest looks great, and you can see just the bulkiness of the figure. Big shoulders, big chest, kind of abs flowing through there. So it's got like this bulky look through the suit, not shredded, but just the right amount of, bulk that you'd expect to see. All looks really cool. You can see all the lines that are unique to how the suit looks in BVS, kind of across the forearms, through the belt and the abs and stuff. So that all looks really good. And then you just really get into the suit, going the rest of the way down the figure. But they did a really nice job with the boots too. And because it's 12-inch, I always like to kind of hop halfway down so you can look a little more straight on. And here you'll see the boots much better. And you can see there with the boots, again, it's got that same texture that the suit has. Just like a lot of really nice, almost kind of looks like a webbing or almost like a chainmail sort of effect over the top. Just looks really, really cool. You got the left profile of the figure. Again, even from the side, you can really see the chest and the S sticking out. The cape looks good. I've got an arm back here, just so you can appreciate some of that blue lining that kind of folds in across the sides of the torso. You can get a good look at what that looks coming up the leg, which is really nice. You can see how those lines stripe all the way down the suit. And again, quickly, just halfway down so you can see that better. But that really, that blue piping just looks really, really good. Kind of layers right down into the side of the boot. You got the back of the figure, and it's all cape, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time. You can see he's got a big, big flowing cape. They did a nice job with the length. It kind of just touches the ground. I will say the one thing here for me is I wish a little bit that it would have some wire in it. A little bit of posability would be good. If I jump back here, you can see, I mean, it's not terrible, right? I mean, if you want it to kind of flow out, you can sort of grab it and flip it out like that and let it drop a little bit, and it'll go wider. You want it to come in a little more narrower, you can kind of do it like that as well, but you can't really get to stay or hold any pose, obviously, because there's no wiring in it. So that would require some customization effort if you'd want to do that. Because it would be cool to have them in some flight poses to have the cape more flowing than just sort of draped down across the figure. And finally, his right side, I mean, there's nothing different. I will just say, what I didn't point out on the back, but the way the cape kind of goes over the back of the neck there, you can see there's a blue piece showing, which is the suit underneath. It's not a big deal, right? It's behind him, but I wish that the cape would better just naturally cover that. And I find myself always positioning the cape over it, and the cape always kind of sags back below it. So a little bit of a nit, but does annoy me a little bit. Then again, just down the figure, I mean, it's the same as the other side, right? So I think you've seen it pretty well on the other side where we took a little more time. And you can see it's just consistently very nice on this side. So in terms of articulation, the figure can, of course, turn its head. It always says keep the head up when you want to turn it so you don't get paint rub down into the neck. Because he can, of course, put his head down like this, which I like, and you don't want to turn his head while it's down. And you can get some up for flight as well. Let's see how much can we get here. Not going to be as much as you want probably because his head's going to come right there. Actually, it goes back pretty well. So you can get his head up pretty well for some flying poses. And you can do a little bit of kind of head cocking as well. If you'd want to do something like that. I think for the shoulders, you know, they come up about like this. That's really the toy stopping it right there, not the suit. Can get them up. So, you know, if you want to do a flying pose like that, you can do that. There's a swivel up there. He's got his elbow, and of course the wrist is just going to kind of spin around and pivot as well. We come down, he's got some waist twist, not a lot, because that's where the suit is going to kind of stop you a little bit, right? It stretches the suit a little bit, so I think you just want to be careful with that. Again, you can kind of rock side to side like this as well, and he does have some crunch like that as well. You can kind of stick out his chest a little bit. So some decent range of movement. I think plenty for what you're going to want to do in the upper body. Then if we just come downtown, you know, that's plenty for what you're going to want to do with Superman. You know, there's no iconic splits poses, I don't believe, so that's fine. Not quite as much kind of back and forth. That's a little more limited. You can get it out. You can get him in a run if you want to. It's just a little more limited. The knee is really good. It's like, geez, can kick himself in the butt almost with the knee. Got a swivel up there on the thigh. And then this is just kind of on a ball joint, right? And there it popped off, which has happened a couple times. So the feet pop off relatively easy, I think. So that's the articulation. And the thing you need to watch really is just how it impacts the suit, really. The stress it puts on the suit, the wrinkles, and also just how it moves the suit over the body, because things will get in odd positions. Even like the boots kind of slide down and look a little funny. So just keep that in mind as you're posing him. So he has a good natural looking suit. Actually, let me just show you here with the cape out of the way, just so you can see the back of the suit. I mean, it looks nice. They put the detailing all the way through it. Of course, you do have a big zipper going through the back there. But absent that, they've got the blue piping going up the sides of the zipper, around the back, down into the butt there. So that's all great detail. Suit continually looks really, really good. And you can see how the blue piping wraps around the back of the knee there as well. So super cool. So in terms of extras, again, I mentioned there wasn't a lot, but this one I like and I think is really cool. This is just a stand, right? Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice Superman stand. That's what it says right there on the plaque. It's got the Batman BVS logo that can kind of flip up and down. So you can just push that down. And you can see how that looks just sitting in there flat. And you can just kind of flip it back up, which I like. I like to have Superman sort of hovering a little bit, which you can see here. He comes with this flight stand pose, flexible. I've got it kind of shimmied like that because that's what you kind of have to do to make him fit into a Detolf. One of those IKEA cases, unfortunately, you can't get him straight up. For a while, I had it just on my dresser, the pull straight up. He gets more height. I think it looks better. So if you've got a taller case, think about that. I think it's a preferred way to pose him. But if you're trying to fit him into one of those Detolfs, which so many people use, you need to kind of shorten them down, which means I weaved it around and can only hang him that far up, which keeps his feet, a little bit enough off the ground so you get the effect of flight still. Then again, as mentioned, he comes with 3 extra sets of hands. Here's one pair. See, they're really nice. I mean, just in terms of the flesh color, the painting, the tone, even kind of some vein effects through there, which look really good. I think the hands, they look really good. You can see the fingernails and everything. So really, really nice. They're kind of like these slightly softer open hand effect. He then comes with a pair of these, almost kind of karate chop looking hands. This is probably a good sort of flying hand, or at least one of them. You might want a fist for flight, but then this would be maybe sort of like a cutting through the air, flying, or a stop, something like that. And again, just nice texture through it. You can see the palms, nice flesh tone and paint on it as well. So really, really nice hands. And then finally, he comes with these kind of more aggressive, kind of open clawing sort of hand or something. I don't know, but you can take a look at those. These are sort of the biggest, most imposing of the looking hands because they're kind of open and, palm on your face a little bit as it looks like what they want to do. So you have those as well. So 3 extra sets, including the pair-on. So 4 total sets of hands are basically all the extras other than the stand that you get with Superman. So there you have it, guys. Hot Toys, BVS, Superman 6-scale figure. Right there is how I like to have them in my case, kind of this hovering, sort of about to fly at you and strike sort of Armored Batman pose. Hoping to get that Armored Batman here very soon as well. So look for that. Very cool figure here. If you have a Superman, I'd encourage you to take a look at upgrading. If you can do it for a good sort of net price of selling the old figure. If you don't have a Superman yet, well, you're in a great position of being able to pick one up here that's really, really, really great. So hope you liked the video, guys. I'll see you next time. Hello, everyone. Dan the 14th Prime here. Today I want to share with you the big pun, hit you with the big guns, Marvel Legends series, The Punisher.